Can we possibly do Stacy's mom?
Yeah, let's do that in 1 second though. I just want to make sure we cover trap real fast. Yeah, Stacy's mom. Had to happen.
She's got it going on.
She does. It's funny, people are so like opposites about that. Some people love it and other people are outraged. How could you do this? Yeah.
Do you have any tips on like finding like mastering engineers or vocalists or like anything like that?
Well, two things. I have the number for the mastering engineer if you need him. I don't know. With the vocalists, I found most of my either at the school that I went to or just online, and the girl happened to live next to me. For instance, Nilu. I had just been watching her video forever, and I loved her voice, and then she happened to live near me. I don't have any secrets. I don't know. I would say just don't be afraid to ask people, because a lot of the time they'll work with you. You know, it's just about sending out that email when you're probably going to be like, no, but she wouldn't want to. Just do it. Just do it. You just got to take chances. And a lot of them have their own setups at their place, even if they do live in New York or whatever. I don't know. I don't have any websites or anything if that's what you're looking for.
Or for sounds or anything like that. Like, how do you ever like, feel like you need some new stuff, new sounds? You know?
No, I don't know. When it comes to samples, I like free sound. Like I said, all that ambient stuff. I tend to have the idea that if my music's missing something, then it's my fault. And it's something that I am not bringing out in myself. I feel like I have all the tools I really need. For me personally, a lot of people love having, I got this new plugin. To me, it confuses me. I don't like having too much. I like having my simple tools that I work with, and then if there's an issue, pretty much I just need to learn it better or I need to be more creative. That's just me. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the best I have. Yeah. That's the oud, or the ode, or however you say it. A little bit of blending of styles, kind of some trap, I guess, but then I don't even know what you'd call this. Yeah. So this lead sound is actually the same thing I showed you guys before. It's a mix of this. And this stays a comp. Another cool thing I did in this song that I don't usually do, but really worked here. It's not that. I don't know where it is, but basically I took a sound. Oh, it's not that. Okay, hold on one sec. This is it. So this is like a harp in Contact. So listen to the difference between this and normal, just MIDI straight out. It's a little too harsh, right? So if you switch it around and reverse the whole thing, I think it's way more interesting. Right? Kind of loses the punch, but that's a good thing in this case. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Those of you who have made trap, what do you guys use for 808s? What are you using?
I use 808 drummers on.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Anyone else mess around with it at all?
The first kit that comes up when you type into Google 808 sound kit, it's the
Okay, so you're using a sample.
it's a sample kit of a guy who put his 808 Roland drum machine through a tape machine.
Okay, cool. Huh. Yeah, I just have been listening to so much like Bro Safari and guys like that and Brills. I feel like they have some secret. So I'm always looking out for the secret because I don't think that they're just using like an 808 like that. The way I'm doing it is I'm using, in this song I think it's silent, but I've started using FM8. I think they're using a synthesizer creating their own 808 like this, but there's got to be some secret and I don't have it. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm an amateur with this kind of stuff, but is there any sounds in here you guys want to know how to make?
Do you do anything to the sub, or is it just kind of boosted with the...
Yeah, let me see. It's pretty much boosted. I'm also sidechaining it to the kick, which is really important. Don't have the... Let me see. So listen to the difference. If I were to take this... Yeah, so what I'm doing is basically, sidechaining, which see how sends only, same thing. Kick here. If this were not to be like that, and I was just to have it go through like this, master. It's too much. It's overloading, right? Right when it hits, it's just way too much bass. So that's why I like to sends only, run it through that compressor. Yeah.
Did you take an acapella and phase cancel the original, or I'm sorry, did you take the original track and phase cancel to get the acapella yourself? Did you get...
No, I just found it online. I know Brittany. We talk on the phone. I know Brittany personally, so.
What processing did you do to the?
Yeah, let me go over that.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling?
So, I've kind of found that there are certain notes that are too low because I made a song once and I didn't realize that the 808 that I was using didn't register on any system. So my note kind of is F. E, F. E's pretty low. F, anything up from there is good. So with this song, the original song was like what? It was like a B or something so low that I couldn't use it. So I had to pitch the whole thing up 3 semitones. So that one's pitched up. This one I think is pitched down, an octave. Yeah. It's quieter though. And then this one's actually pretty simple. It's just a little bit of EQ at the top, just add a little presence. What's up?
That was Bradley.
Yeah. And then this one just has a flanger. So together.
I'm calling, a guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling.
A lot of the time I also like to have a...
Baby, can't you see I'm calling, a guy like you should wear a warning.
I really like Ableton's vocoder, so I'll sometimes put that behind it as long as it doesn't sound too cluttered.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm falling.
Anyone ever mess with something like that? Yeah. Try it out. It's really cool. Oh, yeah.
What wave or algorithm are you using for the time stretch? Yeah, the time stretch algorithm.
For the time stretch, I'm using tones on this because it retains the transients. Or I guess this one's complex, so I guess they're both different. Yeah.
Baby, can't you see?
Yeah.
Just in terms of your flow, do you organize the processes in terms of like creative, inspirational, and then layout or mixing, or
No, I don't.
always in this inspired state, or do you sometimes go with a mind more?
Yeah, it's hard. I'm kind of an on or off guy. So if I'm off, I don't want to touch my computer at all. I don't even want to go near it. Maybe I'll be on the internet, but I won't open up Ableton. If I'm not feeling inspired, I won't touch it. I'm not, for the most part. If I'm working on a song or something, or I need to start a song, I don't just go, I have to do it. Okay, fine, here we go. Never work like that. Seriously. I recommend just don't do it. Just watch TV. Do something else.
What I'm asking is, I've heard from other people, myself included, sometimes I'll get carried away by the creative process.
Yeah.
And having difficulties getting it to sound solid and arranged properly at the end. And
Yeah, I like to mix as I go, if that's what you're asking. It helps me. It also helps to have your drum sounds or your sounds that you've already worked on that you know are solid, so that you can focus strictly on the creative stuff. Like I said, that's kind of goes into what I was saying at the start with have 10-hour drum days, like snare days. But just work on your snare, and that's anti-creative. It's kind of creative, but it's for the most part just like 200 hertz, 3. You know what I mean? It's like a little boring. But once you have good drum sounds, then I guess which is what you're saying. Then you can go and focus just on the creative stuff. Yeah.
that totally makes sense.
Yeah. But I'm not one of those guys that's like, okay, first let me lay out the whole song creatively and then let me go mix it. It's not, that doesn't make me dance in my chair. If I'm not dancing in my chair, then I don't want to work. Like, yeah. What makes me excited is when something sounds pristine. Yes, keep going. And if I were to just work on just the creative part, then I'd be like, oh, I hate this song. You know?
Is there an average time span in which you complete your works and are satisfied?
It's pretty much nowadays within 4 days, 5 days. Yeah. Some of my favorite songs I did in 8 hours.
And have you ever felt, like myself sometimes, have you ever felt like you've lost your direction with a piece?
Of course. Happens all the time. Sometimes it takes time. You just need to go do something else. Like you've been here for a while. Go out with your friends. Go to see a movie or something. That helps me. Sometimes it helps to completely approach it from a different direction. You've been thinking this has to be 110. This has to be momentone. Try it at 7. Try it at dubstep tempo. Try it. Just like try approaching it from a different way. Listen to other music. I'm sure these are all things you've heard before, but yeah, it's really hard, and it's really hard not to get frustrated. And sometimes maybe you don't need to make that song. I don't know. Like maybe you're trying to use an acapella. Why did you start with that acapella? Maybe that acapella isn't the right one to start with. I don't know. Yeah. I hope that helps at all. Yeah.
Probably touches what I was asking.
Yeah. Sometimes it just takes time. I don't know. And it's the most frustrating thing. I totally get it. Yeah.
Sometimes we just need to hear that again and again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wish I could show, if I wish I had time to show you guys all the failed stuff, because that stuff is just as interesting, Yeah. No problem. With a few minutes left, let's go over Stacy's mom. Got to do that. Any other general things? Yeah.
How long were you producing before you impressed yourself with?
There's no internet here. I'd say the first song that I was like, whoa, for me was the Vampire remix of my friend. I'm just trying to think of how long that was. It was at least a year and a couple months. Yeah. The problem is, though, it's not that simple. I've been making music for 6, 7 years, but it just wasn't anything like this. It was just different kind of stuff. Let me see if I have it. This is the stuff I used to make.
Take your chances, room for two. Let's just dance till 2:30. Who knows when? No one's keeping track today.
It was way more like John Mayer, like just not electronic music. Anyway, but my point is I had a background, so it's not that simple. It might take 5 years. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Stacy, can I come over after school? After school, we can hang around by the pool. Hang by the pool. Did your mom get back from her business trip? Is she there, or is she trying to give me the slip? No, I'm not the little boy that I used to be. I'm all grown up now, baby, can't you see? Stacy's mom got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom has got it going on. Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Stacy, do you remember when I mowed your lawn? Mowed your lawn. Your mom came out. Towel on. I could tell she liked me from the way she stared. She stared.
Perfect example of a piano that's screaming, but you're making it quiet. Like it really sounds like it should be loud, but I've purposely made it quiet.
Think it's just a fantasy, but since your dad walked out, your mom could use a guy like me. Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all up. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom. She's got it going on.
Yeah. So every once in a while, I'll do a track like this where I didn't make any new sounds, and it took like 8 hours. It's like but you need those breaks, I think, just to do something fun. And it's not blowing anyone away. It's kind of just a nostalgia track. I don't know. I like to do those time to time, not all the time. Any sounds? I'm sure there wasn't too much. There's nothing crazy in here. What's up?
The chords are really full. I mean, I know you said it's just layering, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look how many layers I have. This is crazy. There's the sub, these dying chords. This is a huge part of it. I mean, I've spent just as long on making a good synth, like clean synth like this, as I have on my drums. Like it's just as hard, really. Yeah, it has a lot to do actually with the sidechain that we were talking about before, having it all sidechaining the same way. I don't know if you hear this part. LFO tool, it's so cool. You can do things with this that you can't do with any other sidechain, I think. Like you can literally go to silence. Like,
Stacy, can I come over after school?
I really like this stuff for 4 on the floor or anything where there's a like constant kick. Works well. Yeah.
Is this also an acapella you got like someone else?
Same thing.
So someone else?
No, it's not. Most of the time, you can tell. With this one, you can hear that it's actually rendered out of the program.
Stacy, can I come over?
You can't hear any other instruments.
After school.
It's for sure rendered out. Yeah, I don't tend to do the phase canceling or mess with that. I've tried, and I don't. Where are you gonna find the instrumental? That's the hard thing. You have to find the instrumental also, which I don't know how to get. Yeah, if I can't find it online, I'm usually not gonna do it. Yeah.
When you layer all of your leads together, do you just double up on all of them, or do you like?
What do you mean by leads?
The question he was asking, how do you get your layers to sound so full?
Oh yeah. Do I double up as opposed to what?
The notes from one into the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless in certain cases, just the way that the synth is, there's octave changes, which is annoying. But then you just yeah. It's pretty much it. Yeah.
What do you use when you're playing live?
I use. Let me grab. You guys all. I'm sure you've all seen the APC. Yeah, it's just that. I'll open up my live set. I do it differently than everyone else, actually. It's probably wrong. I don't know. Most people I see work vertically when it comes to live. I like to work horizontally, just because it just is easier. It makes more sense for me. I'll show you what I mean. Another little trick that I found is if any of you use the APC, there's a stop button right next to the fader, which is really annoying, and I never knew how to turn it off. But the way to do it is you map that stop button to something random that doesn't matter. So I'll have, see this EQ, I have an EQ that does nothing. So I have random little things mapped to that stop button so that if I accidentally press that stop button, it does nothing. There's no way to turn it off. So that's a little tip. Yeah, so like I said here, I'm working really linearly, just like across. I know there's this whole debate going on of how much are you guys doing up there? Are you pressing buttons or whatever? And is that it? The way I approach it is, I say this all the time, the way I approach it is the same way a director approaches a movie. They spend all of their time working on it beforehand and making sure that it's perfect, and in this case, all the transitions work and making the story arc or whatever. And then when I go up there, I literally am just keying clips. It's pretty simple. I'm not claiming to do a lot up there, but that's because I don't consider myself a DJ. I'm not really a DJ. I'm playing you all the hours and hours of work that I've done in my studio out. I'm not claiming that I'm up there, making the song or anything like that, and I don't try to. I just think that distinction needs to be made. That's why it's pretty simple for me. Yeah. One little, I like to do beat repeat stuff, but one little thing that I've started doing, if you take the auto pan from Ableton and set the phase to 0 and set this to saw, and then the shape of the saw to all the way up, so it's basically a square. This can do some really cool things. Let's play this real fast. Oops. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty simple. I do, let's check this. I like to have my vocals separate.
Listen to me, I see your career going sky high. Taking you home to the crib in a shot, and every time I see your thighs, I cry when I drive by. Watching you should be a thrill, got the fellas on some Johnny Gill, steady screaming, my.
Yeah, so a lot of people would have rendered it out and mixed it that way. I prefer to keep it separate so I can do kind of solo on the vocals or take them out or whatever. Anyway, yeah, but like I said, my live set's pretty simple. What's up?
Did you spend like a lot of time time warping that acapella to fit that track, or was it already, or was it just a one?
Which one? Oh, this acapella? Oh, with see, once again, I come from a drumming background, and it bugs me when things aren't in time. Really bugged me. Most people would have just set the start and the end. Okay, whatever. For me, Twista was like out of time with certain things, so I really cared. You'll see, like, I got every word pretty much on the 16-note grid. Yeah, but that's just me. You don't have to do that.
How long would you say that took you to get that one acapella to fit?
Few minutes. I'm used to it. Yeah, it bugs me so much that I have to have it this way. It's not like I'm not just doing it because someone told me. Like I have to have it that way. So I'm just like, get it over with. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Any other basic or not so basic questions? Anything?
Do you work out of templates or no?
When you for live?
Do you make like templates before you start making a track ever, or do you work out of old projects?
Well, this is the closest thing that I do to templates is if you go here, I have my channel presets, and these are just like my sounds. So whenever I'm doing drums, I don't ever remake my drums. These are my drums, and I just drag it in. I don't know if you guys know about that. You can drag a channel over, so I use that all the time. So I'll drag in all my drums, and I'll drag in the bass sound that I tend to use. But no, I don't have like template projects. No. All set? Is that? Yeah. I feel like if I didn't go over something, you guys would tell me.
Great job.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.